First half was not great, but it's still 0-0. So let's try to be great. And the boys were. We had to adapt. So we did the network much better. Fluidity was better. Everything was better. Counter press was better. And so we put them really under pressure and scored wonderful goals.
We were really good to keep the game more or less leveled for 45 minutes. I would say even we had more chances in the first half. But at the end, you need to beat this kind of opposition. Some moments of inspiration, to make a difference, and they had them, especially in the second half, and we didn't.
People obviously outside will say, "Oh, Mo Salah's not there. How will Liverpool get on?" Any team would miss a player of his quality, but everyone stepped up, and you all linked together very well.
Yeah, what can we say? Mo, it's a world-class player. Of course, we miss him, but we need to find solutions. And I think we all need to step up, share responsibilities on the pitch, and find a way to win games. And today was good. We have now 2 cup games, but then Premier League with Chelsea and Arsenal not going to be easy. And if you want to fight for the title, these are the games we need to win, of course.
Yeah. The first half. So let me say it like this. I think I spoke a couple of times about periods when we had 5 games in 13 days, stuff like really tough. Now we had 11 days off. We trained 5 days of these 11 days, and we lacked rhythm. So it's not. I don't complain about it. It's our fault, but it's really tricky. But the other team had the same situation. They had rhythm because it's pretty important that they have a good start, and we had the opposite of a good start. We put ourselves under pressure in the first ball pretty much. They had corners, throw-ins, blah, blah, blah. And then we were kind of in a rush. We had football moments. They were all right without creating properly, but they were all right, but not enough. Then we played long balls when we should have played between lines and the other way around as well. So it was not good. Half-time we had 2 or 3 situations we could show the boys how it should look. And helped a little bit with the position change of the front three, but in general we showed them where the spaces are where we could play, and how important it is that we really push up to win the ball back high. And now the start in the second half was our start. It's the other way around. And if in a moment we find rhythm, we are strong. I have to say that looks then really, really good. But without rhythm, probably nobody's strong, but we as well. So we should start games better. But it's anyway. It's about 98 minutes, interestingly. Today is really, it's about to win the games in the end. And as long as you stay in the game, pretty much everything what happens in the game is allowed. It's not you don't have to perform 98 minutes on absolute top level. That's pretty rare. And today, step by step, we found a way in the game and won it. Thank you for mentioning that. Sometimes that people forget that, because in the second half we scored the goals. Absolutely exceptional performance, I have to say. I'm so happy for us, obviously, but for him as well. He's a really good footballer. Let me say it like that. And he did defensively the job, and offensively he's anyway super important player for us. Was calm on the ball. All the good things in the first half already happened with him. So, really happy.
Can I just ask if you can clarify Mo Salah's situation? Is he coming back from AFCON to rehab with the club?
That's the plan. If that's already decided, 100% I don't know. But that's the plan. If he cannot, how long ever he's out, I think it makes, probably everybody sees like that, makes sense that he is doing the rehab then with us or with our people, and that's the plan. But if that's now written in stone already, I don't know.
Have you spoken to him?
Yes, directly after, but since pretty much in the night when it happened, since then he's in contact with our doctor, and the doc tells me the news, and so I think he will be back, but.
Well, he talks about players needing to step up, Shay. I mean, he was in the thick of it. He certainly did.
Yeah, I mean, the concern, obviously, losing Mo Salah to the AFCON, and then, of course, the injury, I think, in the last week or so as well. All Liverpool fans, a big sort of gasp of breath. But this fella today was absolutely outstanding. Jota, what a performance from him. he's really stepped up to the plate, Mark. I mean, he started the game as a number 9 and he can play all across the front three, to be honest. And, you know, he's I don't know, he's a real outlet for Liverpool. You know, great ball into the box, Nunes and another day sticks that away. And then give Jurgen Klopp credit at half-time, he changed him to the right side and he looks more natural off the right. I know that's Mo Salah's position, but a brilliant one-touch pass there for Nunes' first goal. He was just involved in everything positive that Liverpool done. Again, driving at the back four. Could have been a penalty on another day. The referee said no, so we respect the referee's decision. VAR didn't get involved, but again, being super positive, driving at the heart of that defence. And again, he's as I say, he's involved in everything positive and good. And again, on the right-hand side, this for me, you know, people might look at Neto, the goalkeeper, but he's flushed this, Mark, and I think that's a phenomenal finish.
It's a great finish, isn't
it? Yeah,
it?
you think of some of the great strikers Liverpool had over the years, you know, the likes of Fowler, Owen, Suarez, Ian Rush even. He just looks a natural finisher to me. Everything he does seems natural in front of the goal. Again, no Bournemouth player gets anywhere near him. Yes, he gets a bit of luck with the first, has a swing at it and a sarcastic shout from the crowd. You know, this is Dennis Bergkamp, like with the, you know, an assist for himself, should we say, Mark? And then he sticks it away.
Said that with some feelings.
Well, yeah, with gritted teeth, I said it was Dennis Bergkamp. But, you know, what a star performance from him today.
And actually, you know, you see the goals and assists there for Jota, and you see them for Nunes as well. And there are plenty of players that are chipping in.
Yeah, I mean, Nunes as well had a sort of strange game. He gets 2 goals, but he missed other chances again. But for me, Jota just seems natural in front of the goal. You know, some people, you know, Nunes one-touch finish, but then Jota just seems, when he gets the chance, it's just nice and cool and calm, and he invariably finds the net.
They're getting more goals from midfield, chappers, as well in this season than they have in previous. That rigid midfield over years of success has become more flexible as well.
Well, speaking of that midfield then, I mean, you could argue, well, how are they going to replace Alexander-Arnold? Not necessarily from a full-back position, but from just a range of passing point of view.
Well, from a creative point of view, and somebody who's bold and brave and wants to get on the ball and pass through the lines and make things happen now. McAllister's a really intelligent footballer, and the great news for Liverpool supporters, I believe, is that his best position, they haven't seen him in yet, where he scored double figures for Brighton last year and played for Argentina further afield. Further up the field, I should say. But what he gives you is bravery on the ball. He gives you that. That is a Trent Alexander-Arnold pass, in effect. And McAllister's one of the few players in the squad who can hit those passes and split defences. And that's why when he's fit, he will play in the big games. I know Endo's come in there and done a job at times and done it well. But I don't think that's primarily why Klopp brought him to play there. But with his game intelligence, he trusts him in there to do the things that we're seeing. His defensive side of the game's decent. He reads the game well. He intercepts. He's not the quickest and the most physical, but his intelligence gets him into those positions to break up play. And I think today especially, after being... I mean, he missed December. He came back early January. It's only his 3rd start. He looked fit. He looked sharp. I know they're going to have a lot of games coming up shortly in all competitions still. So it's key for Liverpool while Trent's out that he stays fit and maybe need to manage his minutes. But this is the ability he has. He's always on the turn. He's always seeing pictures. And that's what good midfielders do. They have the ability to make the right decisions at the right times.
If they, I mean, we see him win the ball there, but if they come up in a bigger game as you're talking about, an Arsenal or a Manchester City, do you keep him in that role, but as a sort of double pivot, as they call it now? I mean, look, he won the most tackles in the game today, so it's not like he can't do that role. But do you think you would need extra protection there?
Well, in the game he played against Chelsea, Manchester City, he's played in that role. I think it depends on who you've got around him. If you've got people like Szoboszlai or Gravenberch or even Curtis Jones who've got wonderful athleticism to get back in and help him, I don't think it's a problem. Because Liverpool do have a lot of the ball whoever they play.
Chappers an clean sheet today. There's so many positives. 5 points clear. I mean, City, probably all the neutrals looking at Man City going, so De Bruyne is back now, it's only a matter of time before they reel Liverpool in. But Liverpool are in the driving seat. Of course, there's a big game coming up obviously at Anfield in March when they meet each other. But they're really in the fight, and Jurgen Klopp seems to have them all ticking, and you know, some great individual performances as well as a team.
Just quickly, sorry, Chuck, I've got to mention the 2 full-backs. Gomez, who's come in and looked bang at it, played right back and left back. Bradley first, Premier League start, thought he was terrific, did well at Arsenal last week when he came on as well. Because without Trent and Robertson, In years gone by, you'd be thinking, oh, this is trouble. But they looked really comfortable.
I heard a Liverpool fan on the radio earlier saying he still thinks they're playing well in spells. They have moments where they don't have a great half or whatever. And
It helps when you have an abundance of talent or sitting on the bench. And mainly, the changes you're talking about have been the 5 forwards and being able to change the dynamic of a game with different creativity, which causes opposition real problems.
Jurgen, congratulations on the win. I'm almost struggling to pick one man of the match after that performance. You must be very pleased with what you saw here today.